Hey guys, have you ever experienced increased energy, less need for sleep or food, focused attention, and exquisite delight in small details? If yes, tada, you're in love. Be it your parents, your girlfriend's best friend, don't do that, okay? Your pet dog, or a random person at a first glance. Your body reacts the same way as it does and always has, be it anything or anyone. No doubt it is because of love and some other habits that mutation has preserved its space, thus keeping the human race alive. But have you ever wondered what actually happens to a person in love from the scientific point of view? You may have heard people say that the most important organ for love is the heart, not the brain. And when in love, we tend to think by our heart, but it isn't true. I'm kidding, you got me right. This curiosity, thus explored, led to the discovery in which newly love-struck couples had their brains examined and they were found having high levels of the neurotransmitter dopamine. Holy cow! Dopamine! Dopamine is a group of nerve cells in our brain and front mind area, the chemical that they stimulate desire and reward by triggering an intense rush of pleasure. The interesting part is that it has the same effect on the brain as taking cocaine. Romantic love can release so many happy-go-lucky neurotransmitters into your bloodstream that the effects can outdo some drugs like cocaine and nicotine. The scientists who were much curious about this fact conducted an experiment in which rats with more dopamine climbed a fence to a larger pile of food, while rats with lower amounts opted for safer and small pile of food. This is the power of dopamine. Psychologists have indicated proofs that it takes between 90 seconds and 4 minutes only to decide if you fancy someone. So please be wise, please be in your rational minds before jumping to conclusions. I know we all are very good at that. Okay, jokes apart. Okay, so there is a special type of protein in our bodies called the nerve growth factor, which is important for the functions of certain sensory nerve cells which seem to thrive during the first year of being in love, which in turn helps to keep your senses heightened and fight our suggestion, change every relationship after a year. Okay, wait. There is a hormone named oxytocin, sometimes called the love hormone. It plays an important role in bonding. However, these things are never as simple as they seem. The love hormone also has a dark side to it. So while affecting positive behaviors of trust and bonding, it can also affect opposite behaviors like jealousy, envy, and suspicion. But oxytocin is a very powerful hormone released by men and women during orgasm. It probably deepens the feelings of attachment and makes couples feel much closer to one another after they've had sex. Okay, so here's a small exercise for you guys. Just try it out, okay? Find a complete stranger, reveal to each other the intimate details about your lives for half an hour. Then stare deeply into each other's eyes without talking for 4 minutes. So see how it works out for you. A famous professor has been studying why people fall in love. So he asked his subjects to carry out the 3 steps which I mentioned earlier and found that many of his couples felt deeply attracted after the 34-minute experiment. And guess what? 2 of his subjects later got married. No wonder they say that love is a powerful thing. After all, so many hormones are dancing around in your body. Now you know why your heart starts racing when you see that special person. And yes, there is an advice for those who are addicted to cocaine. Be addicted to love and not drugs. It gives you the same high, but one is heaven and the other is hell.